heard the news kind of went through this in terms of the coaching change the other day. How did you process it? How did you feel about it?
I mean, well, I can't have too much feelings because I had a game in like a couple hours. So, but obviously, it's the business of basketball. It's very up and down. You never know what you're going to get type deal. But you got to control what you can control. And I think I immediately went to like getting the group together collectively, talking it out a little bit through text messages in our group chat, and try to get our heads where it needs to be to compete at a high level.
One of the words your teammates used the other night were, hey, like getting on the same page, communication, talking, etc. Now that sounds like something between you all on the court. How can a different voice on the bench or in practice help facilitate that, help improve that?
I mean, whatever leadership quality the coach brings, that is going to help the group. You know, you have to welcome that. You have to welcome leadership, and I think we do a good job of just letting the leaders be leaders in our locker room or on our court. I just think it goes from a coaching standpoint as well. Just let the leaders be the leader, let coach be the coach, and we can control what we can control, and that's how we perform on the court.
Have you been through a midseason?
Never. 12 years, no. My first one.
Just trying to handle that, I guess. Like, how have all of you handled it? I know Brooke was like, I've been through any. Like,
Yeah.
You haven't done it before. So.
I think you just immediately go to the group that you're in a fight with. You know, you just put everything on the table. You talk it out, and you try to be there for each other collectively. And like I said, it happened, and we had a game in a couple hours. So it's like you immediately just try to train your brain to just process what you can process and control what you can control. And I just think that goes with us performing, us being ready to play this next game against a team who just kicked our butts a couple weeks ago. So it just immediately went to just the group. I just tried to be a leader within our group.
You mentioned the game that night. You game tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
and then a 5-game West Coast road trip. I don't know when the new coach will come
Mm-hmm.
in, but it does seem like a lot of prep time, a lot of practice time
Right.
in between. How do you guys try to handle that on the fly? Like just maybe doing new schemes, doing different things defensively?
Well, I think we got a veteran group, and I think whatever is thrown at us, we're capable of adjusting on the fly. I think that's pretty much what we hang our hats on, is just being able to just adjust and talk it out, whether we like it or not. Just talk it out and just be on the same page. I think this time when you have changes like that, it's critical for everyone top to bottom to be on the same page in that locker room and whoever steps on the court. So I just think that's our approach. That's how we're trying to approach it. Just be on the same page. Let's play for one another and have fun and play hard.
Talk about your ability to adjust on the fly to that veteran team. Do you think in that regard, is this plenty of time or at least enough time to adjust to a new staff and make the improvements that y'all want to make heading into the postseason?
Well, obviously when you have change, you're going to have growing pains. You're going to have ups and downs. And you got to embrace it all. You have to be willing to just embrace the highs and lows of this thing. It's a roller coaster. So we're not going to put all the pieces together tomorrow or this upcoming 5-game road trip, but we are willing to learn and try to figure this thing out as each step we go. So I just feel like you got to be willing to accept whatever's thrown at you, and I think that's the highs and the lows of trying to adjust to a new coaching style, same thing with a new teammate. If a new teammate was to come, you just got to adjust to one another, and I think we have the right mindset going into it.
Hey, you're a veteran, and you mentioned, obviously talking about getting on the same page. What other things do you feel like need to change, or worse, physical, tangible things?
Pretty much, I think what we can control. I think we have a little slippage of what the players control. Not too much. We're not looking at coaches or anything like that. We just can control our energy, control our mindset of how we approach each and every game. I think that's on us. And I think we have to do a better job of that. And I think we will. I think we showed that the other night. So we just got to continue to put our best foot forward and control the things that we can control. And that's our energy and effort we put into trying to compete on a nightly basis.
So you talk about putting your best foot forward, and Dane was talking after the game about how you guys know you haven't reached your full potential
Correct.
yet as a team.
Correct.
In your opinion, what are some steps that you still feel like you guys need to take in order to reach that full potential?
I just feel like winning games in a fashion that we want to win, and not feeling a certain way after a win. Not feeling like we won a lot of games, I think, to this point, but we've had a lot of games where we felt like we won and we didn't play to our full potential. I think we got to get that. Continue to work on that. Continue to work on the things that we need to work on, especially on the defensive end. Try to get our numbers to where it needs to be, and try to be top 5 in the league. I think once you have a top 5 defense in the league, you give yourself a chance to win big. And I just feel like that's something we need to focus on. We have offensive firepower. We know that. The world knows that. But we're not stopping anyone. We're not fearing anyone on that end on the defensive end of the court. And I think we have players that can instill that, and we have guys who can put our best foot forward and be a top 5 defensive team in this league, but we're not there yet, and I think we have a lot of work to do.
You mentioned the defense energy. Is that something that you personally are going to try to make an impact?
No doubt about it. I'm going to try to do my best to hold myself accountable, take on the matchup, and hopefully build from that and continue to get our numbers going in the direction that we want to go, and that's top 5 in this league on the defensive end. But I do hang my hat on that. I'm not worried about too much other than just defense right now, personally. And guarding the best player and trying to get our defense. Like I said, we want to be top 5, and we're not. We're far from that right now. And I just feel like that's where I'm trying to bring our group together.
What do you see in this team that makes you believe y'all are capable of getting all that way up to the top?
Well, obviously, you look at the personnel. We have the personnel to do so. We got to continue to put the effort in the mind and put the effort up top in the physical and the mental part of the game. All together at once. I feel like sometimes we have the energy, sometimes we don't have the mental capacity that we need, and vice versa. It's just seesawing right now. We have yet to play a game where our mental and our physical effort is on the same page, and I just feel like that's what we're trying to get to right now.
At the Athletic, we reported Scott Rivers and a bunch of other people reported as well. What's your experience with Doc over the years?
He's just been like a big uncle to me. Obviously, we both went to Marquette, Marquette alum, but I remember putting on that Marquette jersey, and he's one of the guys I look up to. Obviously, from afar, I've never played for him, but obviously when I played against him in the league, it's just always respect, always a classy conversation between us two about our Marquette background, obviously, and I think that's a connection that I have to him. But I'm just happy to play for him, happy to be a part of the journey with him. Hopefully get this thing done.